He didn't know her name. Just the Carry glossy black, windows tinted, a roaring beast built for the rich. But by the time the engine purred again, his hands were torn open, his soul laid bare. What she said next changed everything. The air was thick with the scent of oil and rust as Elijah wiped sweat from his brow. His tiny garage on the corner of Monroe and 7th had seen better days, its faded sign half hanging, the lights inside flickering with every passing hour, bills stacked higher than engine blocks, and customers were fewer than miracles. But Elijah kept working. He had no choice, and not when his little sister Mia needed medicine. Not when the rent collector banged at his door like thunder every Friday. 32, alone, and barely keeping afloat, Elijah had become a ghost of the man he once was. His eyes, once lively with dreams of starting his own auto shop empire, had grown tired. Every day blended into the next to bolts, grease, metal, grind. It was a Tuesday when she arrived. The Bentley pulled in like a silent command. No music. No screech, just smooth power that made everyone on the block turn their heads. Elijah stood, wiping his hands on a rag that had long since given up its original color. Out stepped a woman, mid-30s maybe, dressed not extravagantly, but with the kind of elegance that couldn't be bought in bulk. She looked around, skeptical. "Is this a broken bar the only garage nearby?" she asked, eyeing the place like it might collapse. Elijah gave a tight smile. "Only one that'll be honest with you." She considered that for a moment. "The engine's been making a sound." "A bad one." "I don't know much about cars." He walked toward it. "Well, lucky for you, I do." What started as a quick look turned into a nightmare. The Bentley had more issues than she thought. Its transmission was grinding itself apart, the fuel line was shot, and some genius had previously patched the engine with duct tape and a prayer. Elijah didn't have the parts. He didn't have the machines. Hell, he barely had enough tools left after pawning some last month. But the way she stood there staring at that car like it was her lifeline, he couldn't say number. "How long would it take?" she asked. He hesitated. "Depends. Few days. A week if the parts delay." "I need it by Saturday," she said, urgency coding her words. Elijah looked at her. Really looked. Her eyes weren't rich. They were scared. He nodded. "I'll do my best." He didn't sleep that night, nor the next. He called in favors, drove across the city to salvage yards, dug through scrap metal in the rain. When one part didn't fit, he retooled it. When he couldn't lift an engine component alone, he built a rig from chains and a ceiling beam. His hands cracked from the cold, from the work, from the relentless grind. Blood formed at his knuckles. Still, he didn't stop. She returned each day. At first, she just watched. Then, she brought him coffee. On the third day, she brought soup. By the fifth, she sat beside him, asking about his life. "Why are you helping me like this?" she asked one night, as the hum of streetlights filled the silence. "Because no one helped me when I needed it," he said simply, not looking at her. On Friday night, the car was done. Elijah stood back, exhausted, swaying slightly as if the world had finally gone quiet. She stared at it in awe. Then, she looked at him. His hands trembled, raw and red, fingers bent and blistered. Without hesitation, she reached forward and gently took one in hers. "You didn't just fix my car," she whispered, voice trembling. "You fixed my belief in people." He blinked. "You have no idea what I was escaping," she continued. "That care a broken bar was my only way out. From someone who a broken bar wasn't kind to me." Silence, heavy, real. "I just wanted the car to work so I could leave. I thought no one would care, but to a broken bar you cared. You bled for it." Tears welled in her eyes. She held his hand tighter. "Elijah, a broken bar, thank you. You didn't save a car, you saved me." She didn't just pay him, she invested in him. A week later, a letter arrived. Inside was a check more than he made in a year and a note. "Use this to build what you deserve. Call me when you're ready to make that dream garage." The garage sign got replaced. New tools came in, a real office, lights that didn't flicker, a crew that believed in Elijah because Elijah had never stopped believing in doing the right thing even when it hurt. He kept her letter framed above the door. Because it wasn't just about fixing engines. It was about fixing what the world tried to break in both of them.